Honey, where are my socks? Honey, where are my socks? Honey, where...
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like... Fucker! You fucker! Fucker!
Oh! What the f...
Hello again, this is Bionic Slime, back again with another installment of BS Reviews. It's BS for Bionic Slime and nothing else, don't forget that. This time I'll be reviewing an anime, and not an anime series, but an anime film. And not just any anime film, but in my opinion, the greatest anime film ever to have been drawn by the awesome master of badassness himself, Hayao Miyazaki. I am talking about Princess Mononoke, my personal favorite out of all of his films, and in my opinion, still to date, his best work. As I said, Princess Mononoke is directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It is brought to you by Miramax Pictures, and has an all-star celebrity vocal cast. You have Billy Crudup as Prince Ashitaka, Claire Danes as San the Wolf Girl, Minnie Driver as Lady Eboshi, Billy Bob Thornton as Jigo the Monk, or Jigen, I think it's Jigen, something like that, anyway. Gillian Anderson as Morrow the Wolf, and Keith David as the Boar God. Review of the plot of Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke follows the adventure of Prince Ashitaka, a prince from a near-extinct village and clan of people who is attacked by a demonically possessed boar, who infects Ashitaka with a deadly curse as he kills the boar trying to save his village. He is forced to cut his hair, a ritual in their clan, and leave his village to go find a cure and stop the disease from killing him. Along the way, he meets Jigen, a monk who is working for a woman called Lady Eboshi, who is head of a village called Iron Town, where they actually produce metallic guns and early modern-day weaponry. And they are currently at a war with the Animal Tribe, which is led by Morrow of the Wolf People, and San, Princess Mononoke, a human wolf girl who has been raised by the wolves. And they are now at the breaking point where both sides are trying to destroy one each other. And now Ashitaka has to go in and play middleman and try and stop the animals from killing the people, and the people from killing the animals, along with trying to stop from himself getting killed from the virus. Review the plot. This is a very simple story. In fact, it's one, it's like one of those oldest time stories. I mean, the whole idea of having two people trying to blow the bejesus out of each other and having one mediator come in and try and settle it, it's very realistic. It's a lot of like what the United States tends to do with countries, and it's a very serious issue that a lot of people usually take too much to heart, and I really think this story does it absolutely beautifully. It has a great battle setup. You got mankind versus animal kind. You got creatures and people blasting at each other, wiping each other out. Both of them having legitimate causes for each of their own side for doing what they're doing, and both of them are unwilling to back down. And the eternal struggle that they have between each other, particularly between Lady Eboshi and Morrow, the wolf god, it's excellent stuff. It's just great stuff. And Ashitaka works as quite possibly one of the best middleman mediators I've ever seen. It really is an awesome story which has a lot of deep, very symbolic, and visually fantastic themes that are all brought to life perfectly by the awesome twists and turns of the story. And it's a great story. It's simple, and yet it's complex. It works on so many levels. Review the characters. One thing Miyazaki never fails to accomplish, and that's given us great, compelling characters that you honestly want to sit down and watch for a good 2.5 hours or so. And this movie certainly doesn't fail in that regard. I love Ashitaka. I love him. I think he's one of the coolest anime badass heroes around. He's such a vicious bastard with that bow and arrow of his. He can mow down anyone like that, and yet he's a peaceful guy, and he always sees clearly. No eyes clouded with hatred crap. He's always a clear, level-headed guy, and I love the fact that how everyone treats him like shit. He gets shit on by the animals, he gets shit on by the people, he gets shit on by pretty much everyone, and yet he still stands strong. He still maintains his views, and he still supports his love for San, who is another interesting character. You got a girl who's raised by wolves, who's a girl who's clearly human, yet refuses to accept that she is human, and that she is trying to wipe out her own kind. And then you got the people of Irontown, like Lady Boshi. A woman who has the entire village's respect and honor for a woman who clearly does not deserve it through her greed and downright rotten ambitions for total capitalization and expanding her little empire there. And then, of course, you got the animals characters. Gillian Anderson's absolutely creepy as the wolf god. She creeped the crap out of me, actually, and that was good because it conveyed the whole sense of authority that the wolf character thought. I absolutely love Billy Crudup as Ashitaka. He has a awesome voice, and I loved his voice in use again with Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen movie. I think he really got the character down perfectly. Claire Danes, some really good stuff from her as San the Wolf Girl, even though most of it is just like roaring and woman hear me roar stuff. It was good. I mean, she really got the emotion down right with it. Minnie Driver was really good as Lady Boshi. She definitely got the bastardization of the character down to a T. And even some of the minor guys. I mean, you got freaking John DiMaggio as Gonzo. He's always funny and good. Jada Pinkett Smith was neat as Toki, the little housewife to one of the guys that Ashitaka saves. And Billy Bob Thornton, of course, who rocks the house as Jigen. He has by far the best opening line in any other film. Wow, this is super donkey piss. You cannot go wrong with a guy who starts his whole introduction off by saying, wow, this is super donkey piss. You can't go wrong. Review animation and music. Animation is perfect. There is no greater word than perfection than to describe everything on here. The plethora of imagination and creation that was put into this movie is absolutely staggering. The little Kodachi, the little head-shaking little creatures, ghosts of spirits, tree spirits, just unique. Just absolutely memorable, unique to look at. Interesting design. The forest god, absolutely unique. I mean, that whole man-faced deer thing was just, it's weird as hell, and yet it has such a beautiful look to it. He was animated practically godlike in the sense of his detail, and it works so well. The level of violence in this movie is also astonishing, which is weird because Miyazaki usually stands away from those movies and keeps his blood to a minimum, and mostly a family-friendly film. And this one, there's quite graphic, lots of heads and arms getting severed by Ashitaka's arrows and scenes in the war, and it was animated so incredibly, so much that it happened so fast and so accurate. It's like, you can't believe this is what just happened. The music is excellent as well. The forest, the whole nature themes, it really works well with the mood of the film, and this movie is all about themes and morals and messages, and it does it so well. There's nothing that was done half-assed here. There's nothing that was done bad here or improperly. Princess Mononoke is one of those films that you just have to see and have to own. It doesn't even matter if you're an anime fan. The level of genius detail, instruction, and structured story you have here is beyond perfection. You have awesome characters who know how to kick ass on screen and yet still be emotional powerhouses for the scenes that require it. It was a non-stop enjoyment of a film. It was absolutely wonderful. I don't even have any negative comments to say about it. I really don't. The only thing I could possibly say is that I want to see more. I want to see more of these characters, this story, because it's an awesome story. I cannot even think of a better thing to see than to see this story go on, because that's how good it was. It was a simple man versus nature thing and elevated into a romance, into an epic battle, the whole moral, spiritual magic, war, combat, and it's a great message, and it's awesomely represented by the fact that Ashitaka is a complete and total badass who remains totally neutral. His determination and courage may seem naive to some people or unplausible, but I think it's a very admirable quality, and I think it's one that a lot of people have lost. I think this movie has a whole world of teaching that people could learn if they actually sat down and watched it and looked at it. There's much more to this film to meet the eye. I think there's much more to this film than any one of Miyazaki's movies. I think it's this pinnacle of perfection. I don't have a negative or bad thing to even say about it. I know I should find something, but I just couldn't. This film was just so great. It is a masterpiece of an anime film. Final wrap-up. Princess Mononoke is basically everything you want in perfection. It has an awesome cast, beautiful voice actors, celebrity or not. They did a fantastic job. I loved Billy Crudup and Claire Danes as the leads. They were great. Minnie Driver, awesome as Lady Boshi. The animation is flawless. The music is moving and touching. And the story is absolutely phenomenal. This is a simple yet supremely complex storyline that works wonders with its hidden themes and messages and morals and all that other good stuff. This is the kind of film that everyone should look, learn from, and listen to. I give Princess Mononoke, no doubt, hands down, perfect 5 stars out of 5 stars. That's all for now. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys continue listening to my reviews, and I support everyone, and thank you all for subscribing to my page. This has been Bionic Slime for BS Reviews, and bye for now.